Why don't we go for a cup of coffee? A proposal with multiple and strong meanings inside it. Today, we discuss with Petro, who is a psychiatrist, about connection. Hi, I'm Artemis, and you're listening to Coffee Stain, a podcast full of real people stories, knowledge, and much inspiration about and beyond coffee. Personal and business stories full of passion, persistence, creativity, goals, and action. So get your coffee ready and join us. Hello, Petro.
Hello, Artemis.
I'm very glad that you're here with me and our audience today. Um,
The
this
same for
is
me as well.
this is a special day today that we are recording this episode because all Greece is under the new lockdown because of the coronavirus. So it is a special day. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't say the opposite, could I? It is really special and it's really new. So I guess we'll see how this goes this time.
People are really afraid this time. In the previous lockdown, there were most of the people looked at it something like something new, a new opportunity, or something like that. And in a way, they were excited about this, I believe. But this time, they feel more stressed and more afraid, I would say.
Well, I agree. And I was thinking that this time there are new fears. Maybe some people were afraid of the unknown the previous time during spring, but now it's not that new anymore. But maybe some are more afraid this time how they're going to cope since they've been through the quarantine once and it wasn't easy. So maybe some are thinking, how will this time go? But we do have strengths that we don't know, and we are capable of much more than we think. So I think it's going to be all right.
I hope so. I really hope so, and I agree with you. I would like to say that Petros is a very, very good friend of mine. For many, many years, I tried to count them in my mind some days ago, but I didn't exactly find the number of the years. But I think I was 18 and you were more or less
16, so at least 20 years of friendship.
more than 20 years, I believe.
Yes. I said
So
at least so
at
that I
least.
don't disclose the exact number.
So it is a very, uh, um, I would say, very real and very beautiful relationship, friendship that we have. And I thank you once more time that you are here in Coffee Stain today. Petra, I would like to tell us some things of yourself in order for the people that hear us, they will know who is talking on the other side because they cannot see us. So they have to learn who is Petros and why he is here today in Coffee Stain.
Right. I come from Thessaloniki, and it's our common city, so we know each other from our neighborhood. And I studied in Thessaloniki medicine. I'm a doctor. Then left for about 10 years and went to Sweden and did my specialty in psychiatry. And I've been living in Athens for the last 4 years. shortly about me and why I'm here. You proposed for us to have this interview discussion, and at first I was thrilled, but I have to say that I was anxious as well, since we are that good friends, and I couldn't really put myself in this situation of being, I don't know, interviewed in a way. So I thought it was thrilling and a bit scary at the same time.
So it's not an interview, it's just a conversation about what is going on right now, about your point of view regarding coffee, because this
Right.
is a coffee stain,
Mm-hmm.
coffee in general.
Mm.
Um, uh, Cafenio is a word that we use in Greece. It's a place where all people, mainly men in the past, were drinking their coffee, were discussing about their ideas, their animals maybe, politics, or they were organizing revolutions, I would say, because we have had such kind of stories. And it was the main place that people were connected in a way.
Right.
And now that today that we are facing this lockdown, not only in Greece but in every country in similar ways, and we now have to be in and live our everyday in an unconnected way, I would say,
Mm.
because
Mm.
we are all in our houses. Uh, what do you think that this connection at the cafenio, at the coffee shops in other countries, is meaning? What is the meaning of connecting in a place like that?
Well, it's interesting that you are using the word connect and connection, since it is a pivotal need for human beings. We need to be connected. We long for um, communication and feeling that we belong with others. So definitely not being able to meet in person in cafenio or drinking coffee or maybe eating and gathering is one of the losses of the quarantine. Um, on the other hand, we do have technology
Mm-hmm.
that brings us together, and this is a big difference compared to the old times when there was only cafenio where you could meet and connect. So the technology comes to, in a way, uh, um, fill a gap, but still being able to be close to others and touch and feel the proximity is in a way uh, um, unreplaceable, I
Mm-hmm.
could say.
Yes, it sure is. We say connect. What is the not the meaning of connection? You just told us about this. What is the how much are we connected these years? Are we really connected to each other, or we just say that we connect?
Well, tough question. Well, when we speak about connection, there are different definitions, and everyone has their own definition. Um, we do know that it's a need. We need to be connected, but we can do that in different ways. And sometimes it's um, healthy ways, sometimes it's counterproductive ways of connecting. So sometimes we do connect emotionally and mentally. Sometimes we think we do, but we don't really, or do it in ways that are not helping us.
Why is that?
Well, a simple explanation would be that there are things that we are afraid, and there are coping mechanisms that, are there to protect us from our fears or very strong emotions. But what we know is that the emotions are there, and even though they're not fully conscious, they try to say something, that we need the others, we want their company, we want their help. In a way, we're made that way. We are meant to be in groups and cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
And there are different ways to do that, to be with others or incorporate. Healthy, less healthy, and yeah, it's really different what people think about connection, the meaning and the loss of it.
But regarding coffee, we say that is a way that we connect, at least here in Greece. I believe in other countries too. Can coffee can be one of these main ways that we're able to connect?
Definitely. Definitely. Since eating and drinking are really basic needs, people come together to eat and drink together. And sometimes you don't really have to do anything else than be physically present and drink your coffee. You don't maybe need to share things. You don't need to speak. You are in the company of others and, drink coffee and have this common habit. So
Experience, yes.
Yes, right. So definitely, you don't need to do lots of things, just to be with the others and share the experience, to be connected.
So it is sharing an experience that is the most important thing, that when we come together, coffee is something, or drinking or eating is something in the side. It's the glue that connects us. But sharing an experience, it's the most important issue, let's say, in this way of
Well,
connecting.
I would say so, actually. And I will give an example. I remember, I come from Greece, as we said before. So drinking coffee and socializing and being with friends is and was important for Greeks. So when I moved to Sweden, we do have this stereotypical view of Swedes being remote and not really warm with each other and keeping distances. And in a way, it can be true. But I remember when I started working, Swedes have this habit. They call it fika.
Fika, yes.
Yes.
What exactly, excuse me, what exactly does fika means as a word?
Well, you can really translate it because it refers to the exact experience of taking a break from work and drinking coffee with others. So it's really specific. And they have two fika breaks, one in around 10 in the morning and one around 2 in the afternoon. And it's not obligatory by law, but it's almost as if it's obligatory. So I used to work and skip the fika breaks because I thought it wasn't something necessary. And I learned, I think actually it was one of the things I learned that early, the first month when I started working, that, well, it's not about just drinking coffee, you know, it's about being in the team, meeting, leaving your room and your tasks and coming together and being able to socialize with the others so that the team spirit and the cooperation will be better. So sharing and being there is important to connect.
So, as you said, it was a stereotype. It is probably a stereotype about Sweden, what we have in our minds, we Mediterranean people. They do this connection. They do drink coffee or take a break in order to socialize, as you say, and belonging to a team or...
Yes, and this is also something that shows that the needs, the human needs are the same. They can be expressed differently, but the need to connect and be with others is universal. Maybe we Greeks prefer to do it outside. The Swedes maybe do it inside. Maybe we gather in large groups. Maybe they will prefer smaller groups, but it's the way, not the need, that is different. They definitely are very cooperative. They work in a team. It's important for them. So it was also something interesting for me to find out when I moved there.
Yes, it's very interesting. As you said, the universal need of every people that needs to be part of a group. If we see it from ancient years, there were groups, small groups around the world, in order to protect each other, to share something, their food, shelter, or something like that. From your field of expertise, okay?
Okay.
How is defined in psychiatry the word connection?
I think it is mostly defined within psychology. Psychiatry is mainly focused on the psychopathology, let's say. Connection and connecting is more of a like both healthy and non-healthy maybe attributes in our behavior. So I think it's mainly in psychology. How it's defined? Well, I would say that exchanging emotions, ideas, and doing something together is what connects us. So you can have all three types of these human components: thinking, feeling, and doing, that can connect us.
It is very beautiful. Thinking,
Feeling,
feeling and doing, yes.
and doing, yes.
Think, feel, and doing. That's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. Really, I loved it.
It is, and it's what makes us, humans. We are in touch with our feelings. we have our brains, we think, and we do. And hopefully we do all this together with others.
Mm-hmm. But all this period that things are difficult around the world and here in Greece, have you seen its effect to the people? Have you really understood the problem that people have faced, the problems that people have faced this period?
Yes, unfortunately, we are a field that sees these turbulences in economy and society. They manifest in a lack of mental health, and this is true for the spring as well. We know that anxiety, depression, and suicidal rates were higher than usually, and there were a lot of people that were seeking professional help during last quarantine. We do know that.
But it is a fact, and we all have to face it. Don't pretend that it's not out there, because some people, they might do this. It's okay. What can we do in order to, because this chain that you told us previously, feeling, thinking, and doing,
Right.
the doing is gone. So this chain has been broken. What can we do in order to feel better and to be able to still function and get out of this well, in our mentally well, and continue with our lives in our best way, I would say?
Well, in a way, you said it before that for some people, the previous period was an awakening as well, or something new, a new experience. So, although there wasn't maybe that much connection with others, they connected with themselves. So, connecting with their own emotions and feelings and what they did and all this change, connecting with yourself is also a connection. Sometimes we are disconnected from ourselves.
Of course, it's a very important connection, I would say.
Exactly. And, being busy and doing lots of things and not having the time to see our emotions and how we feel or what we think about things, because we take some things for granted. You don't really connect with yourself. So connecting with ourselves is a way to, take the time and go deeper in ourselves and do things that are good for us, that we maybe didn't before. And then, of course, there are ways a bit more remotely this time with technology, but you can still connect. I feel really connected with you right now, although we're not near. I see you smiling, and this smile brings so many memories.
Yours too.
Yes. So that it's the feeling is the same.
Yes, I think that what is missing is touching.
It is.
Yes.
It's something that we all miss, and it's in situations like this that you really understand the importance of this sense of touching.
Yes.
For example, I'm saying now the tactile sense, like touching, and I immediately had a image in my mind, having a hot cup of coffee in my hands and feeling the warmth. And when I was in Greece, I didn't do that because I was drinking frappe then, so it wasn't that nice feeling. But when I moved to Sweden, um, besides the smell and the taste and the sight of the cup, the warmth of the cup and touching the cup became a really important part of the experience of drinking coffee.
Yes, now that you say this, an image came to my mind when when it is winter and I am in the village, that I go out and drink my coffee because it's very beautiful outside, and I have my hands around the cup and
Right.
feeling it in order to feel this
Mm-hmm.
heat, let's say. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's very beautiful. So there are things that mm, there are things that this quarantine and these difficult days that provoked our thought, and maybe there is this is a way that in order to see things different and to acquire new habits, us taking time with ourselves, or to understand what's important for us and what's not, probably. Um, so maybe this period will give us a plus, I would say, to the next period of time that will come. Hmm?
Hopefully, I do hope so. For me, as a therapist, it's interesting to see what people that are coming to therapy are bringing, and some are bringing negative feelings, and it's logical. They are stressed and sad and feel disconnected, but others bring like an inner peace or a self-realization, and you can really say if it's, and you shouldn't as well say if it's good or bad. It
Bad.
just is.
Mm-hmm.
We act differently, we have different responses, and what we ought to do is to just understand what is happening, and hopefully something good will come out of it.
Yes, hopefully. And also, I would say that um, the faith of the people
Mhm.
has been strengthened. It's also a part that I have seen in many people that we're not talking about these more, but these days they mention it. They need this um, upper power, the God, something that their faith has been a big help, a friend nearby.
I would say so too. I think that people need um, to have faith that they're able to cope with things, or that uh, um, they can find help when it's needed. And yeah, faith is a way to find strength in yourself, and the trust that you'll manage things after all. So definitely.
So this episode, I think it's going to be really helpful and tough at the same time. We were so
Well,
serious up to here because me and Petros are very, we laugh too much when we are together. It's
Oh, we do. We do.
we
It's
do.
true.
Yes.
It's true. But you know, why not being serious and lighthearted at the same time?
We can.
I mean,
We definitely can.
there is no contradiction in that.
No contradiction at all. So you said that where you were in Greece at
Mm.
that time, when you were really young, you were drinking frappe. Probably most of the people that are not from Greece do not know the meaning of frappe. Some of them, probably many, they have visited Greece at that time and they have experienced the coffee, this kind of coffee.
Mm.
But I would say, what is your favorite coffee now?
I have to admit that I've switched to cappuccino.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends, actually. Depends on the situation. When I'm meeting friends and it's winter and it's maybe at my house or somewhere that's really cozy, I do enjoy filter coffee as well. But mainly cappuccino. It's you find it everywhere. You can take it with you. So yeah, I would say depending on the situation.
If you would try to remember your best coffee experience ever,
Ooh.
not about the coffee, um, the cafe maybe, or the house, or
I think I know. I think I know because
okay,
it came I've never
right
thought,
through.
yes, I've never thought about it because you know we do drink a lot of coffee and we do it all the time. But as soon as you ask the question, I had a memory from a trip. I was with a friend in I was in Japan, and we had left Tokyo and went to the old capital of Japan, and we stayed there for 2 days. So we went noon one day, and then the next morning we woke up and we were looking for a coffee shop, and we saw Starbucks, and we were like, yeah, Starbucks, let's go in. And it was really nothing could prepare myself for what came when we entered the Starbucks, because as soon as you entered, there was this huge glass wall on the other side that was facing a giant pagoda, you know, like
Wow.
so you were sitting in Starbucks, drinking coffee and seeing this pagoda and you know, these gardens with the bonsai trees, and you felt like you were there in the garden. I think I can forget this experience.
It's very beautiful.
And
It's
I think there are so many details that are interesting and it's so memorable. It's the unexpected. I didn't expect to see that when I go in a coffee shop. It was the contradiction, you know, the US modern place with a really old traditional view. And yeah, and of course the company was with a really good friend, and we always have such a good time, and we connect to go back to connection. So everything was so nice.
beautiful, so beautiful. I loved it.
I don't
We
know
just,
why it just came
I think because
immediately.
probably it was the best.
Yeah.
It just comes to our mind.
I know. I think so too.
As you were talking about this trip in Japan and this beautiful experience that you had in this Starbucks with a pagoda,
Right.
I thought that sometimes when we go on a trip, maybe we are alone, many people, and the first thing that we might say to a person that we just meet is, why don't we go for a coffee? It's so
Right.
easy, so light, let's say. But nevertheless, even if you don't know the person opposite you,
Mm.
you share things. It's
Mhm.
like a magical situation, a magical procedure. And two people that are strange one to another, they share things that they wouldn't expect. What do you think about that?
I would agree. I do think that this comes almost intuitively, like
Mm-hmm.
wanting to get to know, wanting to help, maybe to understand. Uh, so yeah, this is maybe why saying let's go for coffee is so unpretentious and so easy. And Well, it's really interesting what you're saying, uh, because it is actually a invitation to
Mm-hmm.
connect.
Yes, it
It's
is an
like
invitation.
inviting someone to your world, like saying, why don't we get to know each other better or spend some time together and feel secure or happy or enjoy.
Also, with a sense of fear sometimes. Who is going to be the person opposite me? It is a little challenging also. I think
It
that
is.
sense of challenge and uh, feeling to connect, it makes it mm, even more better.
Um, yeah, discovery in general
Mm,
has, a bit of challenge and some fear as well, but you do have to overcome your fears and what scares you to discover and find other places, other people, and doing so, if it's a pleasant experience, then the reward is even bigger.
even bigger, yes.
So coffee can give this to us.
So why don't we go for a coffee? It's a way of discovering, a way of connecting, a way of overcoming our fears. I
Hmm.
think that this proposal has multiple meanings inside it and very strong meanings. So I would like to finish this beautiful, beautiful conversation today that with this sentence, why don't we go out for a coffee in order to uh, see each other and discover each other? Hmm?
Brilliant. Let's do that. And hopefully we'll do that in person soon in the
Hope
future.
I hope so too so much. Petro, thank you so much
Thank you.
for
Thank you as
this
well. It was really nice.
conversation today. I send you my kisses mwah, from distance, but I hope it will be face to face, as you said again. So have a good day, and we will meet each other in order to touch each other the next time, I hope.
Thanks a lot. Take care and be safe.
You too.
Bye bye.